What's up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Dana White has reacted to recent comments made by Conor regarding his UFC contract and its connection to pay-per-view revenue. During a live stream a few weeks ago, Conor claimed that his deal with the promotion is essentially void because it was built around pay-per-view sales. Since the UFC has now shifted to a new broadcast model with Paramount, Conor suggested that the original terms of his agreement no longer apply. According to Conor, the absence of traditional pay-per-view events means that his contract structure has been disrupted, and he believes this could open the door for renegotiations. His comments quickly spread online and sparked debate among fans about his future with the company. When Dana was asked about these statements, he appeared genuinely unaware of them. He said that he had not seen the live stream and had not heard those specific quotes. Dana also made it clear that he was not aware of any ongoing renegotiations related to Conor's contract situation. He simply responded that he had not heard anything about it and had not been approached regarding changes to Conor's deal. For now, the situation remains unclear, and no official updates have been provided. Despite the uncertainty, both sides appear to be keeping things quiet, leaving fans waiting to see what happens next in Conor's relationship with the UFC. And before we continue, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe to help support the channel. Moving on to another news. What's next for Sean O'Malley? Following UFC 324 has quickly become one of the biggest talking points in the bantamweight division. After picking up a much-needed victory, O'Malley reminded everyone why he remains one of the most popular and marketable fighters in the sport. While he didn't deliver a highlight reel knockout, his performance showed growth, patience, and improved composure inside the octagon. At UFC 324, O'Malley faced Song Yadong in a competitive 3-round battle. Early in the fight, it looked like Song might be on his way to pulling off an upset. He applied constant pressure, mixed in takedowns, and landed several clean shots that tested O'Malley's defense. For a moment, it seemed like the former champion could be in trouble. However, as the fight progressed, the momentum slowly shifted. By the second and third rounds, O'Malley began finding his rhythm. He started timing Song's entries, landing sharper combinations, and controlling the distance more effectively. As Song faded, O'Malley picked up the pace, poured on the pressure, and closed the fight strong. After 3 rounds, he was awarded a unanimous decision victory, marking an important step forward after 2 previous losses. Following the fight, O'Malley made it clear that he has his eyes on another title opportunity. He called for a rematch with Petr Yan, but also acknowledged that Merab could be next in line. He admitted that he would understand if the UFC chose a different direction, showing a more mature and realistic mindset than in the past. Dana White was asked about O'Malley's future during the post-fight press conference. However, he avoided giving a direct answer. Instead, he explained that the organization is currently focused on upcoming events and that fight cards are already built months in advance. According to him, no final decision has been made yet regarding O'Malley's next opponent. O'Malley himself sounded grateful and grounded after the win. He admitted that he had taken winning for granted earlier in his career. Coming off 2 losses, this victory meant much more to him, and he said it reminded him how good it feels to have his hand raised again. When asked about possibly waiting for a title shot, he said he was comfortable being patient and willing to sit back if needed. Meanwhile, Song Yadong reacted to the loss on social media in a respectful way. He thanked his supporters and assured fans that he was doing fine. As the bantamweight division continues to shift, O'Malley's next move could play a major role in shaping the future of the title picture. Moving on to another news, the Paddy Pimblett versus Justin Gaethje recap delivered everything fans hoped for as the 2 lightweight contenders went to war in an unforgettable 5-round battle. From the opening bell, it was clear that this fight was going to be intense, physical, and emotionally charged, with both fighters refusing to take a backward step. As expected, Gaethje came out pressuring hard, throwing heavy hooks and wild combinations while constantly moving forward. Although he did not rely heavily on his trademark leg kicks early on, his aggression immediately put Pimblett on the defensive. Despite this, Paddy showed impressive toughness and resilience. He was dropped a couple of times in the early rounds, including one moment that appeared to follow a possible thumb to the eye, but he never stopped firing back. The Scouser continued to land solid shots of his own and proved that he could survive in deep waters against one of the most dangerous strikers in the division. Round after round, both men absorbed punishment, trading elbows, hooks, and kicks in what quickly turned into a brutal war. By the time the fight reached the 5th round, it was clear that Pimblett likely needed a finish to secure the victory. He pushed forward with everything he had, but Gaethje's experience and composure allowed him to weather the storm. When the final horn sounded, All three judges scored the contest in favor of Gaethje, awarding him a hard-fought decision win. After the fight, Dana White praised both fighters and revealed that they would be sent to the hospital for evaluation. He admitted that he had never realized how strong Pimblett's chin was, and called the bout an absolute dogfight filled with heart and courage. During his post-fight interview, Gaethje shared what he told Pimblett inside the octagon. He explained that he wanted to finish the fight, but also hoped to teach him a lesson about mindset. According to Gaethje, false confidence can be dangerous, and fighters must be willing to accept the worst possible outcome in order to perform at their best under pressure. With the interim title now around his waist, attention quickly turns to what's next for Gaethje. The most obvious matchup is against the champion Ilia, potentially at the White House card in June. Gaethje made it clear that he wants to represent his country and believes nothing will keep him off that card. If Ilia is not ready, Arman could be next in line, or a potential matchup with Holloway may also emerge. As for Pimblett, his future is less certain. He may take time to recover, or the UFC could build toward a heated showdown with Arman, keeping the division moving forward with fresh rivalries and high-stakes matchups. Moving on to another news, the MMA community has been going off on Justin Gaethje following accusations of cheating during his fight with Paddy Pimblett. Many fans believe that Gaethje compromised Paddy's vision with multiple eye pokes that went unpunished and may have changed the outcome of the fight. Early in the bout, Gaethje appeared to poke Paddy in the eye with his fingers fully extended. On the replay, his hand was clearly spread, and his finger went straight into Paddy's eye. Referee Mark Goddard immediately stepped in and issued a stern warning, telling Gaethje that another infraction would result in a point deduction. At the time, it seemed like the situation had been handled properly. However, later in the fight, another controversial moment occurred. Gaethje once again made contact with Paddy's eye, this time with his thumb. Because it was less obvious in real time, the referee did not stop the action. Gaethje was allowed to continue, and shortly after, he dropped Paddy with a heavy strike. Many viewers felt that the eye poke played a major role in weakening Pimblett's defense in that moment. Slow-motion replays made the incident even clearer, and fans quickly noticed that no point had been deducted despite the earlier warning. After the fight, visible bleeding and bruising could be seen around the inside of Paddy's eye, adding fuel to the controversy. As clips spread online, frustration within the MMA community began to grow rapidly. Social media was flooded with angry reactions. Some fans said they were disgusted by what they saw and accused Gaethje of repeatedly getting away with fouls. Others claimed that the eye pokes completely changed the fight for them and called the performance dirty. Several posts criticized the UFC and the officiating, arguing that fighters are being allowed to bend the rules without consequences. Some comments went even further, calling Gaethje a crooked fighter and accusing him of intentionally leading with his thumb. Others said they had lost respect for both the athlete and the promotion, describing the situation as a complete failure of fair competition. Many supporters of Pimblett insisted that he was put at a serious disadvantage after having his vision compromised twice. Despite the outrage, there has been no official change to the result. Still, a large portion of fans believe that a point should have been deducted after the second eye poke, especially since a warning had already been given. That deduction could have shifted the momentum, provided Paddy more recovery time, and possibly altered the direction of the fight. As debates continue online, this controversy remains one of the most talked about moments from the event. Moving on to another news, Dana White has responded strongly to recent rumors and speculation, claiming that he is no longer motivated to run the UFC. Over the past few weeks, some fans and commentators suggested that Dana has lost interest in the promotion and is no longer as involved as he once was. These claims began circulating after a recent interview and quickly gained traction online. In a conversation with Sports Business Journal, Dana made it clear that these rumors are completely false. He confirmed that he will continue to have full ownership and control over the UFC, and emphasized that he remains deeply committed to the organization. According to him, the idea that he no longer runs the company is simply not true. Dana explained that the controversy started after a single interview he did with CBS. During that appearance, he did not answer a question in the way some people expected, which led to widespread misinterpretation. He said that just because he responded differently does not mean he suddenly stopped caring about the sport or the fighters. He added that people took one question from one interview and built an entire narrative around it, which he found strange and frustrating. Dana insisted that his workload has actually increased and that he is taking on more responsibility than ever before. To prove his dedication, he pointed toward the future of the UFC. He told critics to look at what the company will accomplish in 2026 and going into 2027, saying that the results will show how much he truly cares. He admitted that he does not even understand how anyone could come to such a conclusion based on one short interview. In his view, the speculation is unfair and disconnected from reality. Dana made it clear that he remains fully invested in growing the UFC and leading it forward, and he has no intention of stepping away or slowing down anytime soon. Moving on to another news, Ariel Helwani has revealed an important update regarding the upcoming UFC White House card scheduled for June 14th. According to his report, the historic event will feature an octagon with no sponsors displayed on the cage or on the canvas. This means there will be no energy drink, beer, gambling, or cryptocurrency logos covering the floor or the fencing. As a result, the octagon is expected to look much cleaner and more traditional than usual, creating a unique visual atmosphere for the event. However, this also raises concerns about how visible the damage from fights may be. Without branding to help mask blood and cuts, every mark and stain could be clearly seen. This detail adds another layer of intensity to an already special night and highlights how different this card may feel compared to standard UFC events. Moving on to another news, Dana White once again addressed fan complaints about the high number of advertisements during the UFC 324 broadcast on Paramount+. Many viewers were frustrated by ads appearing during fighter walkouts and even during corner conversations between rounds, feeling that it disrupted the atmosphere of the event. During the post-fight press conference, Dana acknowledged that the viewing experience has changed now that the UFC is no longer relying on traditional pay-per-view. He explained that the new format naturally comes with adjustments and that the partnership is still evolving. According to him, the entire process remains a work in progress. Dana admitted that he had not yet watched the full broadcast himself, so he could not fully judge how disruptive the ads were. However, he pointed out that the service costs only $8.99 per month, reminding fans that they are no longer paying high pay-per-view prices. In his view, the lower cost makes the occasional interruptions more understandable. He also emphasized that advertising helps support the business and ensures that fighters and partners are able to make money. From his perspective, these financial realities play an important role in keeping the sport running at a high level. When asked whether the UFC would review the broadcast and consider reducing ads during important moments, such as co-main events or corner instructions, Dana gave a balanced response. He admitted that Paramount does have significant control over the broadcast, since they are paying for the rights. However, he also said that the UFC and Paramount have already developed a strong working relationship. Dana praised the network, calling them great partners and easy to work with. He expressed confidence that any issues will be addressed through cooperation and feedback. He made it clear that both sides are committed to improving the viewing experience over time and finding the right balance between revenue and fan satisfaction. Moving on to another news, Demetrious Johnson shared his surprise at Paddy Pimblett's approach during his fight with Justin Gaethje. He admitted that he was shocked Pimblett did not attempt more takedowns, especially considering how strong his grappling skills are. According to Demetrious, Pimblett clearly had a grappling advantage, but seemed reluctant to use it early in the fight. He pointed out that when a fighter has a noticeable edge on the ground, the logical strategy is to close the distance and shoot a takedown instead of trading strikes with someone stronger. Demetrious explained that Gaethje's power makes it difficult for a smaller striker to engage in stand-up exchanges, comparing him to a bull that is tough to overpower. He emphasized that grappling can neutralize that strength, but Pimblett appeared hesitant to employ it until he was hurt, which limited his options. Demetrious noted that when Pimblett finally did shoot, it came only after absorbing significant damage, rather than when he was fresh and had more energy to execute it effectively. Despite this, Demetrious praised Pimblett's toughness, acknowledging that he is incredibly resilient and able to withstand punishment from one of the hardest hitters in the division. He admired his heart and determination, noting that even though Pimblett could have leveraged his grappling more, his ability to keep fighting under pressure is remarkable. Overall, Demetrious highlighted that the fight showcased both Pimblett's courage and the importance of strategic decision-making in high-level MMA. Moving on to another news. Waldo Cortez-Acosta has already set his sights on his next opponent following an impressive performance at UFC 324. The Dominican heavyweight continued his strong run with a thunderous stoppage victory over Derrick, extending his winning streak and announcing himself as a serious contender in the division. Throughout the fight, Cortez-Acosta looked noticeably quicker and more composed than his veteran opponent. He controlled the distance, avoided big exchanges, and consistently landed clean shots. The finish came when he dropped Lewis with a sharp counter jab before following him to the ground and unleashing heavy strikes. The referee was forced to step in, ending the fight and handing Cortez-Acosta one of the biggest wins of his career over the UFC's all-time knockout leader. Speaking at the post-fight press conference, Cortez-Acosta wasted no time in calling out Curtis Blaydes. He explained that Blaydes had been making comments about him on social media, and he did not appreciate the disrespect. Because of that, he said he wants to face him next and is eager to settle things inside the octagon. When asked if Blaydes would be his toughest stylistic matchup in the heavyweight division, Cortez-Acosta dismissed the idea. He said that he does not believe the fight would be especially difficult and feels that he has already faced tougher challenges in his recent bouts. According to him, his last 3 fights tested him more than anything Blaydes could bring. He added that he thrives on competition and welcomes anyone who talks negatively about him. In his view, fighters who criticize him online deserve to be dealt with in person. With confidence and momentum on his side, Cortez-Acosta made it clear that he is ready for the next step and fully believes he can dominate Curtis Blaydes if given the opportunity. Moving on to another news, Ilia reacted to the Gaethje vs. Pimblett fight with words on social media, making it clear that he was not impressed by Paddy's performance. Writing on X, Ilia took aim at Pimblett, calling him a little sausage and saying that all he had to do was beat a 38-year-old opponent. He added that Paddy had just lost the biggest paycheck of his life and missed his chance to get rich. Turning his attention to Justin, Ilia congratulated him on the victory, but warned that no matter what, he is ready and confident for what comes next in the division today.